The story of Fred Trump begins not with him, but with his father, Friedrich Trump, who was born in 1869. Friedrich emigrated to the US from the small German village of Karlstadt in 1885 at the age of 16. Arriving in New York City with limited English and no money, he found work as a barber before heading west in search of opportunity. During the Klondike Gold Rush, Friedrich prospered by operating hotels, restaurants, and boarding houses that served prospectors. After returning to New York, he invested his earnings in real estate. Friedrich married Elizabeth Christ, also of German origin, and they had 3 children, Elizabeth, Fred, and John. In 1918, the Spanish flu pandemic cut Friedrich's life short at the age of 49. His widow, Elizabeth, inherited his modest real estate holdings. It was their middle child, Frederick Christ Fred Trump, who would transform the family's small portfolio into a real estate empire. Fred Trump was born on October 11, 1905, in the Bronx. As a boy in Queens, he showed an early interest in construction and business. By the time he was 15, he had designed and built his first garage for neighbors. After graduating from Richmond Hill High School, he briefly attended night classes at New York University, but he quickly decided to focus on practical building. In 1923, at just 18 years old, Fred formally started a company with his mother, called Elizabeth Trump and Son. She provided the financial backing, while he managed design, construction, and sales. The Great Depression devastated much of the American economy, but it was also a time of opportunity for resourceful builders like Fred. He learned to build modest, affordable, single-family homes in Queens and Brooklyn, New York. His houses were durable, well-constructed, and attractive to working-class families. Fred developed a reputation for efficiency and cost-cutting, enabling him to deliver homes at competitive prices. By his late 20s, he was already recognized as a promising builder. During World War II, Fred shifted focus to government contracts, constructing barracks and housing for the U.S. Navy along the East Coast. This gave him crucial experience with large-scale projects and federal financing programs. In the post-war boom, Fred seized the opportunity provided by FHA, Federal Housing Administration, subsidies, and the GI Bill. He built thousands of apartment complexes for returning veterans and their families, especially in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. His developments, such as Shore Haven in Bensonhurst and Beach Haven near Coney Island, housed tens of thousands of people. At the height of his career, Fred Trump oversaw more than 27,000 apartments, making him one of the most prolific private builders in New York City. The press nicknamed him the Henry Ford of housing. While undeniably successful, Fred Trump's business practices came under scrutiny multiple times. In the 1950s to 1960s, Fred faced overcharging allegations. Investigations revealed that he sometimes used linked companies to inflate construction costs, allowing him to draw extra money from federal funding programs. A racial discrimination case in 1973. The U.S. Justice Department sued Fred and his son Donald for allegedly discriminating against black renters. This case was settled in 1975, with Trump management agreeing to advertise more inclusively, though without admitting guilt. And tax strategies. Later reporting revealed that Fred funneled large sums to his children through complicated schemes, avoiding millions in taxes. Despite these controversies, Fred remained respected in New York real estate circles for his organizational skill and relentless work ethic. In 1936, Fred married Mary Ann MacLeod, a Scottish immigrant from the Isle of Lewis. Together they raised 5 children in their Jamaica Estates home in Queens, New York. The first child, Mary Ann Trump Barry, born in 1937. She became a federal judge, serving on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit, and died in the year 2023. The second child, Fred Trump Jr., born in 1938, initially expected to follow his father in real estate, but became a pilot. He struggled with alcoholism and died in 1981 at 42. a tragedy that shaped the family. Third child Elizabeth Trump Grau, born in 1942, worked in banking before retiring. Fourth child Donald J. Trump, born in 1946, followed his father into real estate, later becoming the 45th and 47th President of the United States. And the last child, Robert Trump, born in 1948, managed parts of the family real estate business and later died in the year 2020. Fred was known as a strict, disciplined patriarch who prized toughness and ambition. His children recalled him as both supportive in business and demanding at home. Mary Trump, his granddaughter, later described him as emotionally harsh, shaping Donald Trump's world and geopolitical views in particular. By the 1980s, Fred had handed much of the business to his son, Donald, though he remained active in advising. He suffered from Alzheimer's disease in his later years, which gradually diminished his role in the family business. Fred Trump died on June 25, 1999, at the age of 93. He was buried at the Lutheran All-Faith Cemetery in Queens, New York. His estate, valued in the hundreds of millions, was divided amongst his surviving children. Fred Trump's legacy is complex. On one hand, he was a brilliant builder and entrepreneur who transformed his modest immigrant beginnings into a real estate empire. On the other, he was criticized for exploitative practices, racial discrimination, and a harsh parenting style that left lasting effects on his children. He remains best remembered today as the father who launched Donald Trump's career, providing him with capital, real estate properties, and a philosophy of toughness and dominance in business. His life embodies both the promise and contradictions of the American dream, the child of immigrants who built an empire, but whose methods and personality continue to spark debate.